Hi YouTube, this is Brian James at Micro Four Thirds Guy. Find out what happened when I unboxed this. My new, but used, Olympus EM1 Mkii. Join me. Hi YouTube, Brian James at Micro Four Thirds Guy here once again, and today I'm going to be doing something I've been wanting to do for a little while. I'm really excited about this. I've been shooting, as you know, a LUMIX G9 and GX85 for an awful long time, and Olympus EM1 Mkii since before both of those cameras, and I love the format, as you can probably tell by my moniker of the Micro Four Thirds Guy. Well, this is something I've been looking forward to for a while. When I bought my G9, I compared it to this camera, which I've got here, because the Mark III wasn't out, and they were so close in spec, it was untrue. And the reason I went for the G9 is because there was a special deal on from my camera shop, who shall be named in this video, and it was down at a ridiculous price, including the battery grip. So the Olympus dipped out on that one, but I've always hankered after an EM1 Mark II. I can't justify going for the Mark III at the moment. I'm not taking enough professional shots on it, and I'm not totally sure that I need to. But you'll also know that in the photography that I do in these videos, there's an awful big emphasis on using used equipment, good quality used equipment. And this is what I've got here. I've got a new, to me, but used Olympus EM1 Mkii. And there's one thing I'm going to point out at the very beginning of this video here. The camera which I've got here, I've bought and paid for it with my own money. I haven't had a special discount because I'm reviewing it for Wilkinson's. And same with the stuff I got from MPB. These are coming out of my pocket. So I'm not sponsored in any way, which to me gives me a little bit more of a... This was bought from a shop, however, in Carlisle, which I've never yet been led down on the cameras I bought, Wilkinson's cameras. And I'm really keen on this because Wilkinson, they're a small chain. They've only got half a dozen shops spread around the north of England. But the service I've got from the Carlisle branch, at least, has been absolutely spot on. So I'm expecting high things from this one. So if Joe is watching this, the manager there, hopefully this is going to go well, Joe. I think it will. This is something, as I said, I've been looking forward to. So let's get cracking onto it. Okay. Box is in good condition. I'll not say how much I paid for it, that's between me and them, but let's say that I got a really good price on it, and it was pretty much the mark price. Because I'm on the database, I get a 5% discount, customer loyalty discount, which any customer can get. It's not just because I'm making videos. So I got 5% off their mark price on this, and that's all I'll say on there. However, it is immaculate. Let's open it up. As I say, it is used. I've no idea exactly how old it is, but as I say, it's got 10,600 actuations on. I was shown them in the shop. So inside here, let's just have a look at what we've got inside the pack here. Opening it up. The manual, which hasn't even been touched. And that's it inside there, so I'll move those out of the way. The usual Olympus black packaging. So this is the little beauty. I'm going to leave this off to one side in the bag before I'm finished. Let's see what's in the rest of the box first. So again, immaculate condition. It's even got stuff in the polythene. So let's have a look and see what we have in here. Olympus battery charger, different battery to what I've got in the version 1 of this camera. They changed the batteries for this and the Mark III. Bigger capacity, bigger battery though as well, slightly heavier. And in here, hasn't even been taken. Look at that. Hasn't even been taken out of its wrapper yet. That's absolutely fabulous. I don't know if you can see that properly on there. This is the flash gun, and it's still got all its plastic on. This has never been put on the camera. Absolutely wonderful. And these allow you to do on-camera flash, but where I find these really useful, if I'm in a studio environment with strobes and I don't have triggers, I can use the optical trigger on the strobes and turn the power right down on this so it doesn't affect the main shot, and I can have off-camera flash. Very, very simple just by using that. Really, really, really good. So let's put that off to one side. Let's see what else we've got in the box. That looks like the clip for the tethering cable. So if you're doing tethered shooting, That's the clamp for the cable. That's really good. They seem to disappear awful quickly. I've never seen a second-hand camera with one of those in yet. We have here the, looks like the strap. No, it's not. It's the carry case for the flash. Again, never been out of the package by the looks of it. It is immaculate. So let's put it back into the package again. The Velcro, no, the Velcro has never even been apart on there. Strap, still in polythene, still with the tape on, and again, never been used. What else do we have in here? The obligatory European spec 2-pin plug with standard sort of figure of 8 2-pin adapter, 2-pin cable on there. And a USB, and that looks like a USB-C cable if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure it's a USB-C on this. And it looks a good quality cable in there, that's wonderful. Something else, what else is in here? Battery, that's great, so we've got the battery for it as well. Olympus battery, so a little bit bigger than the ones that were on the previous cameras, lithium ion battery, but that's great. So, let's move the box up to one side. Here's the big moment, guys and girls. Use Olympus EM1 Mkii body, that's fine. I'll not let you see the serial number. With the body cap on, let's have a little look inside, and that sensor looks immaculate. And there we are. Viewfinder, the pop-out viewfinder is absolutely clean, no marks on that whatsoever. The eyepiece, no marks on it. I can't see any marks on the camera whatsoever. This is absolutely fantastic. Plastic parts on the straps as well, which they usually disappear. They come off in no time and disappear. It is noticeably bigger than the Mark 1, but noticeably smaller than the LUMIX G9, which I'm shooting this video on. Has the cap for the flash sync socket, for the PC sockets. That's great. I'll have to get the battery out and have a look, but should be 2 card slots on there, which there is. So I'm going to put I have an SD card. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to put an SD card into here, into slot 1, and we'll get the battery out in a moment. Switch it on. Oh, hang on, that's got a battery in. Not much charge in it, but that has a battery. That's absolutely superb. So we can see the whole displays. You might be able to see the display working there. I don't know if you can or not. There's the display working there. The battery's just about flat. Let's try the other battery in it. So we've got a spare battery in for this price. Even better. Let's pop the battery case open. See if you can see it in a better light there. Pop it out. As I say, it's considerably bigger battery than the older ones. Let's see if the spare battery has any charge in it. It was doing his usual thing of wanting to know the date, time and year. Very neat. Again, there's no marks whatsoever on there. Let's turn this on and see if we have any power on this. Different again to the Mark 1 because this has a fully rotating screen. The other one is a flip up screen, but this one, now that battery is totally dead, so we're going to have to set that at a different time, but we actually saw it working. So, Olympus EM1 Mark 1. What can I say? I'm quite hyped up now at the fact of going to be using this for a shoot. So I'll be doing a shoot and a review on this very, very soon. But as I say, I think for an unboxing, this is quite a stupendous piece of kit. Really, really impressed with it. Let's see if we can get it better into shot for you. Everything we've got. We'll put this battery into the box. So, if you have an OMD EM1 Mark II, stick me a comment below. Let me know what you think about it. I'm really interested to find out what you think. As I say, this is just an unpacking of this. I haven't shot anything on there yet. You can see the battery was dead. The only thing that I've seen it switched on was in the shop quickly, just to confirm what the shutter actuations were. Now, as I say, I got this from Wilkinson's Cameras in Carlisle. They're a small chain of shops in the north of England, and I'm a great fan of buying from local if possible, because they really are good. I've bought a few cameras from in there. As I say, Joe, the manager in there, and all of his staff have been unbelievably friendly and attentive to me. And I've both bought new and used cameras. The G9 that I'm shooting on at the moment came from them brand new. As I say, this is used, and this is the sort of standard of used equipment that they do. I have bought some more, shall we say, more used cameras from them as well, but they've been very, very straight from the moment I actually looked at the camera. They've been the ones pointing out where there's been imperfections, usually to do with paint and things like that. But when I was talking to Joe, I initially phoned them up over this. When I was talking to Joe, he was pointing out a few little marks on the camera that he could see, and I can't see them. So this is actually, I would suggest, is better than described by them. The price was market price, but it was a reasonable market price. I wouldn't say that it was particularly inexpensive or particularly expensive. But now that I've seen the quality of the camera, actually, I think it's urgent on the inexpensive price. Tell me what you think. If you've had any dealings with Wilkinson's cameras in the past, stick a comment below. Especially if you've had dealings with Wilkinson's cameras in Carlisle, because as I say, I've had nothing but superb service off them. And as I say, when you get quality like this as a used camera, the whole thing is it's quite fascinating. There is an argument which I've used a few times against buying new. Now, I'm not against new cameras, don't get me wrong. As I say, the LUMIX G9, which I'm shooting on at the moment, was bought brand new and is superb. And if we don't buy new cameras, there'll be no development, so we can't actually move forward. But also at the same time, I think this proves the point. This, my GX8 that I've been shooting on, and even my EM1 Mkii, which is fairly beaten up, it's had a hard time, and that I bought from eBay. I didn't buy it from Wilkinson's or from MPB, but even then, that's been incredibly reliable, incredibly good service. The general thing from me is, don't be afraid to buy used equipment, but buy good used equipment, and buy from a really reputable person if you can, a really reputable supplier such as Wilkinson's. Local camera shops tend to be really, really good. You tend to get people in these organisations who are passionate about what they're doing. They're not just box moving, they're not just, not just box tickers to get a profit on things. They know very well that if they do a good job for you this time, you're probably going to go back and go back and go back over and over again. And this is what's happened in this case with me. As I say, I've got no ties to Wilkinson's. I've got no affiliation to them, apart from the fact that I'm a customer of theirs. But it's the sort of thing that I tend not to slag people off online. I don't tend to have a go at people online, particularly if I can help it. But on the other hand, if somebody does a good service, I am the first one to want to proclaim that for the rest of the world to see. So thumbs up to you, Joe. Thumbs up to your staff. Thank you very much. Really, really impressed up to now. I'm looking forward to getting the batteries charged up and getting a few shots through, filling the card up. Obviously on this one, 2 card slots as well, like on the G9, which again brings me back into the secure league insofar as backup security for the photographs I take. The Mark 1, of course, didn't. It was a single card. But this one's got the 2 USB card slots, and again, you can assign this to what you want, whether you shoot RAW onto one, JPEG another, video onto another, which one you put them onto, or if it's duplicated between for 100% backups. And that's user choosable. I'm looking forward to the menu as well on this. I believe the menus, although I haven't tried this, the menus are supposed to be a considerable improvement over the EM1 Mkii. So I'm really looking forward to that, because the LUMIX menus I really love. I think they're very, very well laid out and logical. And I think from what I've heard, Olympus have improved their menus to a similar sort of style. So once again, I hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, just a brief video, an unboxing video on my new but used OMD EM1 from Olympus. If you've enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe. The subscriptions really help, actually. They don't cost you anything. I know there's a couple of people put comments about, oh, I don't know if I want to subscribe and pay the money for it. There is no fee to subscribe. All it does is put it into a separate area on your YouTube. So instead of hunting everything through, it comes up straight away and you see it on your timeline. So if you can subscribe, it does me a world of good, and hopefully it directs the videos direct to you, so you don't have to search for them. Hit the notification bell, and that'll give you notifications every time I do upload a video. And as I say, I do pay for these things, I do buy them, and hopefully get some satisfaction out of finding out how I'm getting on with these. So if you do get the chance, there's a link to a PayPal underneath if you want to buy me a coffee. Anything you want to do on there is great, and there's been fantastic response from people giving me support on there to help me buy this camera to let you see it. And as I say, that's going to certainly be reviewed in the next few days because I'm looking forward to it. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Those thumbs up really do help me on YouTube as well. So once again, this is Brian James at Micro Four Thirds Guy with my Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II. I'm just going to call it the EM1 from now on. It's my Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II. And see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye bye.